All right, so if anyone doesn't know who Glenn Hardy is Chief Operating Officer here at Digital Airstrike. And because we have so many changes with what's happening over at GM and all these new choices that they have, we wanted to make sure, and you'll probably say it better than I, that there isn't an interruption in the kinds of services that Digital Airstrike does for all of you out there, no matter what choice you make. So that's certainly one of the things that we're going to talk about today.
Right, we didn't want to leave any questions unanswered as it relates to our clients that are on the webinar today, right? So when we think about our response path intelligent messaging platform, a dealer might be saying, hey, I'm on the CDK solution and I want to make a switch. What's going to happen to response path? Good news for you is that we integrate with all of these website providers. It's a quick and easy transition. So we'll make it painless for you, and that will absolutely help with the situation. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to your ProCare advocate. They can ProCare advocate. No, your client advocate. Thank you.
I knew you were going to figure it out.
I was in CDK mode there for a minute. Just because I've been listening to their presentation. So no, your client advocate can help you out with that. But if you've never heard of Response Path, I wanted to maybe just take a quick minute and talk about that. That is our intelligent messaging platform that we launched about 18 months ago now, and it is really one of the best in the industry, and a lot of our dealers love it. And so if you haven't heard about it, it's pretty cool. It's an omni-channel platform that allows a client that might be a chat client, but we don't really refer to it as chat because it's intelligent messaging. They might be a chat client and they can communicate with the dealership via the platform how they want to communicate, either their desktop, their mobile phone. We can do text messaging.
Right.
It's on 24/7, and it is a bot. It's an artificial intelligence. But the great thing about our bot is you're allowed to choose the paths that you want to build for it. So if somebody wants to go down a service path with their questions, if somebody wants to go down a sales path with their questions, the dealership can actually build those paths, why we call it response path.
Right.
They can build those paths to accommodate any conversation. And the other great thing is the dealership team can jump into these conversations at any time.
Yes.
It's highly customizable, but really easy to use. And it's optimized really to turn site visitors into leads. And when we look at it, it's very personalized and the dealership can really make it their own. It's really good with engagement and really identifying where the customer is in the conversation. Even if they come back after leaving the conversation, it will remember where they are, and it makes it that much easier for them to continue to communicate with the dealership. So if you've never heard of it, you want to maybe call someone on our team.
And it connects with the CRM, so all that information
Absolutely.
is stored directly into
that
whatever.
That was my next one. You read my script.
I'm sorry.
So yes,
I've been doing that all day.
All of this, but wait, there's more. All of these leads go into your CRM. And integrate from that standpoint, as well as we integrate with Facebook. So,
yes.
So we have smart assistants, depending on where the client is engaging from Facebook, they have a smart assistant that can engage, whether it's Facebook Marketplace or they want to book a service appointment.
Right.
All those things are able to do with Response Path. So it's a pretty cool tool.
And the fact that it's 24/7, I think there was some recent research that came out from one of the OEMs where they said, what percentage of car shoppers are out there that actually shop after hours? And it was ridiculously high. It was over 80%. I think it was like 84% of car shoppers actually shop while they're in bed at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. And so to have that response for those shoppers immediately is something that I don't think shoppers are expecting, but boy, oh boy, what a phenomenal gift it is for them.
And it really is a nice surprise, and we really find that a lot of our clients really like it because of service.
Oh,
and the ability to book a service appointment. Many of our clients say that they didn't have a solution that really could do that for them, and they just love it. So So it's been a really great platform for us, and a lot of our dealers are on it.
I mean, the dealers who are using it rave about it. It's one of their favorite things. We just had, for instance, I was just talking to a dealer not too long, like last week, and he was in charge of the BDC
Right.
for a large dealer group. They had 4 rooftops, and then he just got his own dealership, and the very first thing he did was sign up for that, and he's like, I can't be without it. And that's the first thing I had to do was make sure I had that at my dealership. So
Yeah, and that's really important for them, right? So, I can't be on a webinar with you and not mention the tool that I'm proudest of.
Tell me.
One of the tools that we've had for a very long time that maybe a lot of people don't know about is our Response Logics tool. And
Yes.
if you're thinking about switching websites and doing all of that and changing your digital strategy, you always have to think about leads and how you manage those leads. And this is a very comprehensive tool that is designed to dynamically engage customers. Not an autoresponder. We never ever refer to it as that because that's not what it is. It really does give you the opportunity to respond quickly, 24/7, and give multiple vehicle choices to a customer. We know that customers don't always buy the first car that they submit a lead on, right? And what we found when we built this tool was they wanted some choices. So this gives the customer the ability to choose from not only some new choices but some used as well.
Mm-hmm.
The dealership can set it up the way that they want to do it, depending on how many choices that they want to give, and they can respond to just about any lead with this. So
doesn't matter where the lead comes from.
No, wherever the lead comes from, we can set up the routing to make sure that it is responded to by this tool. And really, what's our newest thing, I haven't even put it on the slide because I wanted to talk about it. We can respond to dealer maintenance notification leads from OnStar.
Now that one, okay, I should be up on this, and I didn't know that one.
Yeah, so dealers get literally thousands of dealer maintenance notification leads from General Motors and OnStar. And they come in real early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have response time that they measure and track on it. And we saw that as being an opportunity for us to help our dealers. So we are getting ready to launch our service offering as it relates to responding to service leads. And it's pretty unique to GM because there are not a lot of OEMs that do service leads like GM does.
Right.
But this will alleviate some of the pressure that they face in responding to these dealer maintenance notification leads. So we're pretty excited about that.
I'm very excited about that.
And so when it comes down to it, like I said, it's not an autoresponder.
Right.
It's an actual experience. It's not set it and forget it completely.
Mm-hmm.
The dealership can get involved whenever they want to. If they're working that day and they want to edit a quote and add some extra information, they can, or they can put it on response mode and it will respond on their behalf with the vehicle choices and all of those things. And what it does is it refers the customer to a microsite, right? And in that microsite, they can engage with the vehicles and also calculate payments, do all of those things.
I love that. There's the payment calculator in there. And I have to say, I remember the last time I went car shopping, I was, of course, looking at the new car. I wound up buying the car that was 1 year old that had very low miles, and it saved me $20,000.
I heard a number like 76% of customers choose, but that's an old stat. So anyhow, so the other thing is it's easy for the customer to move on to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
So they can book an appointment.
Get them down the path.
Right.
Yes.
It actually advances them down the buying path, right? So it's very customer centric and it's optimized for all devices. So that's helpful. But this is the best part of it is, dealerships get leads and those leads compound, and before you know it, they fall off the follow-up kind of process system and they fall through the cracks.
Right.
Well, our tool, Response Logics, actually has up to 180 days worth of follow-up to try and re-engage the customer.
Yeah.
To make sure that if they're still in the market, they go back to the dealership. And some of our best dealers say that they re-engage up to 15% of their customers in that
Huge.
180 days. So, I mean, it's a pretty significant
It is
part.
found money. It is found leads.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to even attempt to reactivate leads, you are missing a lot of money you're leaving on the table. So I was talking to Jason Cohen last week on our little broadcast, and he's with Lithia.
Huge fan of Response Logics.
Huge fan of Response Logics. He'll tell, if you have any questions, call him.